Hi, I'm not Peter Skow. Welcome to FRC Team 1884, the Griffins. In week 3, as we move from prototyping into designing our final robot, we've been consolidating and integrating our designs.
Hey, I'm back. We can start shooting now.
Currently, our two shooter designs are looking very promising, with the spot on the final robot being fiercely contested. Our climber and feeder groups are also showing similar success. Let's take a look. Here we have one of our prototypes. Let's find out how it works.
This is one of our feeder prototypes. It can bring up the frisbee like this. It can go for a bottom feeder or from a top feeder here, and it can also bring it down. We're also going to have more of these shelves, so we'll be able to store frisbees, and then whichever way we decide, we'll go from the top to the bottom and bottom to the top of the shooter.
We're basically working on sort of what we want our chassis to look like. We've got multiple sort of iterations here and ideas on the board, going for either a wide body chassis or a more longer body chassis. And also we're working on sort of incorporating our individual features into the chassis itself. So we're wondering, like, what requirements do we need to have? Like, where are we going to be feeding from? Where are we going to be shooting from? What sort of drive system are we going to be using? Currently we're leaning towards mechanos. But that's mostly what we're leaning towards. We're also working on sort of moving procedures, like what sort of movements are we going to make, what paths are we going to take across the field. What else? Yeah, we've been experimenting and sort of like working through all the different sort of locations of our components on the chassis itself. Like, we're wondering where we're going to have the shooter, where we're going to have our feeder, how we're going to feed. We've got multiple ideas going there. So we're all just on this board. We're just really working to sort of incorporate all that into one unit.
All right, so today we spent our time focusing on getting a mechanism drive working, and we did this by running the electronics and the programming. And currently, we are still tweaking the programming for it. Our steps forward now will be to integrate the rest of the robot on top of this mechanism chest that we've created, and sort of bring all the parts together.
Alright, so it's a feeder. It's a feeder system, and hopefully it will be attached to the robot somewhere above the bumper, and we'll have a rotating wheel, something like this, but wheel, I'm sorry, that would pull it in, and then it would go up a ramp, and then be pulled up by rollers and the piping, and we could theoretically use it if we needed to drop stuff in from the top feeder, although that hasn't been decided yet. But it's still in the design phase, and we'll have to do something in a day or two. So yeah. Okay, so basically what we've got is these, this is the prototype. We're not actually going to use window motors, but these motors are powering these wheels using chains, and since we have arcs for the axles of the wheels to move on so that the chains stay the same length, and basically when they're in the closed position, they're gripping the pole firmly by the husk. And then when they're moved outwards, they can move around the knuckle, and that's how we're going to get around the knuckle. And right now we're working on sort of a fail, in case everything breaks down for some reason, a way that our robot won't fall off the pole and just break.